You have 4th down.
Texans trying to get it done, up by 3. About 2 minutes left on the clock. And this is what's going in today. Wiring harness that was completely redone, cleaned inside and out, all the way to the back end. She's ready to go. Get all these and bring them up. Through the slot can be a pain in the ass because everything wants to get hung up. And it's not just the front end, it's the back end too. Get in your way. Alright. So these brake lines on the side. Line up these meter cables. I'm not gonna tie everything down for now. I'm just gonna kind of put everything kind of loose because I still gotta go all the way to the back end. I want to make sure I have enough slack just in case I need it. Gonna go ahead and put these back ones on first. Make sure you take pictures. Alright, so first, 4-pin black. Again, I'm not going to push these all the way down. Just kind of set them in place lightly. Second is 2-pin gray. Next is 4-pin black. After that is a 2-pin black, and then the 4-pin yellow. Alright, so for now I've kind of just sat them in here where I can slide them out if I need to. I'm not going to click them in just yet. Okay. Alright, this gray one goes in the front side. And then the green goes on this back slot, this back tab. Okay, so those are good. Everything's lined up the way that it should be. Wiring harness itself is kind of stretched to where it needs to be. I'm good with that. I've already set that in place, so I'm going to go ahead and push them down. Let's start off with the back ones. Push them down until they click. Alright, those are all set. Damn, I got to grease them up. Okay. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm not going to push these in. I'll just have to pull these out and grease them up with dielectric grease, and then I'll come back. For now, I'm just running them. Alright, so I didn't get to record the way I wanted it to through the process of installing the wiring harness and getting all that situated, unfortunately. But I did get everything done for the most part. So went ahead and connected the ECM, got everything plugged up, ran it. Went ahead and installed the radiator along with the fan. Got the fan connected. Got a couple things loose, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. Of course, this is going to be to auxiliary, and then the throttle body heater and stuff like that. So I'm not worried about that part right now. I got to figure out what this one is. I don't know what this one is. What else did we get connected? Got the shifter connected. Installed the headlight. I'm probably going to change this one out just because it's a little bit warped. I don't like the way that came out. So when I originally got the bike from my cousin, I guess I had cut the wire to the headlight and ran some other kind of square pod lights or something along those lines. But ran everything through here temporarily, just make sure everything was set the way that it was supposed to be. Went ahead and connected the ground to the starter, along with the positive wire to the starter. Got the throttle sensor on there, throttle position sensor. What else did we connect? All this stuff back here. This is to the heater. Got the grounds connected. And so this is what I've been having to deal with. Initially, when I first turned it on, the engine turned over, but the meter didn't turn on. And that kind of bummed me out. But then I started looking at the diagram for the fuses and was trying to figure out what was going on. Then when I looked inside of the fuse box, that one was toasted. And I grabbed my multimeter and I kind of ran some tests on it on the back end. Checked to see what fuses were working. Most of them were working except for the one that had the lights. And from what I looked up, the meter runs off of the lights. So if the light fuse doesn't work, well then of course the meter isn't going to work. Went ahead and ran some tests up here as well. Checked for continuity on the ignition switch. Had the continuity that I was getting. At first I didn't, and then it did. So I don't know if maybe down the future, in the near future, I need to get a new ignition switch. But went ahead and checked the connections too. Also to the handlebars to make sure everything was functioning the way that it should. I was getting 12 volts off of the red and black wire, which instruction tells you that it's a constant 12 volts. But I wasn't getting it off of the other one, which is the one that should be feeding from the back. So I figured something was up. So when I looked a little bit closer, like I said, that fuse right there was burnt out. And I noticed that they had maybe spliced into that one. So when I put the fuse in there, I think what happened was the terminals just kind of sank in, they melted. So just for now, what I went ahead and did was I tapped into the one that I was getting almost 13 volts out of, which is that pink one right there. That pink one right there. And then the black one that ties into along with that pink one wasn't getting anything. So I figured, you know what, it's not passing because one, the fuse isn't there, and even if I did, it's melted. So with that being said, I went ahead and pulled this one out and left the relay in there just in case if something popped. That was kind of my safety feature. And I peeled away a little itty bitty piece of wire. You probably can't see it. There it is right there. And I went ahead and touched this end to that naked strip. And this is what we get. A working meter. That is freaking amazing. So it looks like the odometer is reading 2,216 miles, 410 hours. The adjustment button is working along with the hours and the minutes. And not only that, but my headlight is working.